Have you ever read the Bible and noticed different words being used for what seems like the same thing? It can get a little confusing, right? A great example of this is how the New Testament talks about church leadership. You'll see words like elder, bishop, shepherd, and pastor. A lot of people think these are different jobs or ranks within the church, like a corporate ladder. But is that what the Bible actually teaches? Let's take a closer look at the scriptures and see if we can clear this up. I think you'll find the answer is simpler and more fascinating than you might expect. Let's start our investigation in the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 17. Here, the Apostle Paul is in a city called Miletus, and he calls for the elders of the church in Ephesus to come meet him. The Greek word used here is presbyteros. This word literally refers to someone who is older, suggesting maturity, wisdom, and life experience. So Paul gathers these experienced, wise leaders. Now, hold that thought and jump down just a few verses to Acts 20, verse 28. Paul is still talking to the very same group of men, the elders, but now he calls them overseers. The Greek word here is episkopos. An overseer is someone who watches over things, who has the responsibility to make sure everything is done correctly and the group is well cared for. So, the elders are also the overseers. They are the same people, just described with a different word that highlights a different aspect of their role. An elder is mature and wise, and an overseer is a diligent manager. Now, let's connect another piece of the puzzle. If you look at other letters from Paul, like in Philippians chapter 1, verse 1, or 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2, you'll see this same Greek word, episkoposa. But in many English translations, it's not translated as overseer. Instead, it's translated as bishop. So, when the Bible talks about an overseer, it's also talking about a bishop. This means that the elders Paul called are also overseers, and they're also bishops. It's not three different people or three different ranks. It's three descriptive titles for the very same person and the very same office. But wait, there's more. Let's go back to that key verse, Acts 20, verse 28. After calling the elders overseers, Paul gives them a specific command. He tells them to shepherd the church of God. The Greek verb used here is poimeno, which means to feed, to tend to a flock, to guide, and to protect. It's the action a shepherd performs for his sheep. So, these elders, who are also overseers and bishops, have the job of shepherding the congregation. This brings us to our final word. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11, Paul lists different gifts God gave to the church. He says God gave apostles, prophets, evangelists, and then pastors and teachers. The Greek word for pastors here is poimon, which is the noun form of the verb we just saw. Poimon literally means a shepherd. A pastor is a shepherd. So, the function of shepherding given to the elders in Acts is the very definition of what a pastor does. So, what's the big picture here? Let's recap. We saw that in Acts 20, the elders are called overseers. We saw that the word for overseer is the same word translated as bishop elsewhere. And we saw that these same men were commanded to do the work of a shepherd, which is the definition of a pastor. Paul even reinforces this in his letter to Titus, where in chapter 1 he tells Titus to appoint elders in every city, and then just 2 verses later calls the same person a bishop or overseer. So, the conclusion is pretty clear from the scriptures. The terms elder, bishop, overseer, shepherd, and pastor aren't referring to a ladder of different leadership positions. They are all descriptive terms used interchangeably throughout the New Testament to talk about the very same leadership role in the church. Each word simply highlights a different quality or function of that one office: the maturity of an elder, the management of an overseer or bishop, and the caring guidance of a shepherd or pastor. I hope this look into the original language helps bring some clarity to these terms for you. It's amazing what you can find when you dig a little deeper into the word. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more Bible studies. Thanks for watching.